evening, ladies. Happy Mother's Day, and welcome to Ladies Bike Night.
I just want to thank you ladies so much for coming on too. And I know that during all of this, I have missed my friends. I have missed events. I have missed, so much stuff. Even though it's early in the season, it's like time to start hanging out and doing fun things on motorcycles. So thank you so much for bringing this together for the first week. And then I hope to do this every week going forward. And as many people that want to join, I want to welcome them in and have them join into the Ladies Bike Night. So let's see. I guess tonight we have Mama Dee from New Mexico, and we have Cassie Marie from the Quad Cities right now. So I will go ahead and let one of you guys start. Whoever wants to go first, talk about your stuff, your bikes, what you did during quarantine, where you want to go this summer when everything opens up, and probably like food places are my number one go-to.
Cassie, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I just started riding last year. I got my license and I got my first bike, which was a little bitty Honda Nighthawk, which luckily I sold right over to my neighbor, and I didn't have to show him how to ride a motorcycle, which was nice. And then I picked up my Triumph Bonneville, my T100. It's a 2005. It only had just under 3,000 miles on it when I bought it. It sat for about 10 years in just some guy's garage, and it was bought at an estate sale. And luckily, it wasn't too wrecked out. The gas tank was still pretty clean. I took it out to a friend's and had him rework the carbs, and we changed a little bit on pretty much just the exhaust, which, I mean, I didn't change much and I love it. Last year I've just kind of taken it around town, and this year I was hoping to get out a little bit more, mainly to Motoblot in Chicago.
Yeah.
This summer in June, but that was canceled. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping to make it to Hinterland, which is like a music festival in St. Charles, Iowa, around Des Moines in August, but we'll see if that's canceled. Other than that, I'm planning on just riding out to my sister's in Macomb and maybe St. Louis this year, but I don't know if we'll be allowed into other states anymore. So,
Right.
I hear that you're having a party in May.
Yeah, so this month, 2 weeks away, I think the 23rd, they're bringing the Clam Jam back to Indianapolis. So we're going to have a party. It's a bike party. It's out in the open. People can social distance as much as they want to because it's a huge area. So it's not going to be, like a little closed room like what people are all complaining about as far as parties go. It's a chopper party. So everybody's outside. There'll be biker games. And afterwards, we're going from the first location on an hour-long ride south of the city to a rural location where we're going to be camping and having like an after party or like the real party, I don't know. And that should be such a good time. So yeah, if you can make it to Indy in a couple weeks, you should totally come to that party because it's going to be a good time.
I usually, my freedom starts in June when my son goes to his dad's to golf for the summer. So that's like my inching towards like free time. Until then, my husband is a park ranger at Scott County Park. Like,
Wow.
It's really nice. A half an hour just out of town. So like, it's a nice chance to get like just inching towards like longer rides out of town. And then, like I get to go visit my husband.
Yeah, you're still allowed to do that, right?
Who doesn't? Oh, he barely talks to me when I go see him. He's like, "Yo, okay, thanks for lunch, bye." So then I leave.
Typical. That's great.
Motorcycles while I'm there, and then he leaves. So we'll see. But yeah, it's been. I've been trying to take advantage of it when it's nice, but every time it's like it gets warm and then it's like rainy and crappy again, and it's like teasers.
Yep, it's that great Midwest weather that's been the same here in Indy, off and on. It was 28 degrees the other night. It was 71 degrees the other day. So we're going through these huge flops of temperature change. Yeah, so if you go out on the bike during the day, you just have to make sure you have your gear with you to warm up, because when on the ride home after the sun goes down is so cold.
Oh yeah.
Guys like out in the Southwest or like in the South where it's just like motorcycle season all year long.
I know.
Like,
how is it over
you're
in
so
New Mexico?
spoiled.
Yeah, how's the weather out in New Mexico
It's
right now?
Well, over the last couple of days, it's been a little overcast and just really windy. But other than that, it had been like almost 80 degrees a few days. But over the last few days, it's just been real crazy with a lot of wind, to the point that it's when you go out and because I've took a ride up on the east side of the mountains the other day, because I was celebrating the day that I left on my 50-state ride in 2006 on the 6th. And I got hit by a gust of wind that it woke you up real quick. Whoops.
Oh,
Whoops.
that's all right.
I'm trying to plug my phone in because I don't want the battery to run down. Okay,
Oh,
we're good. But no, the thing is, it's like I was trying to, I just wanted to go out and celebrate, but on most days, I cannot complain. I cannot complain. I mean, I lived in Jersey for years and I rode all the time anyway, but I'm one of them kind of people that's just crazy. So yeah, I've ridden it pretty much everything. And the thing is with my bike, I mean, I just got my BMW and I was supposed to be doing a lot of events this year. For a matter of fact, I even had to write it down. I had an event. It was like several events in Tampa on April the 7th and 8th. I mean, I was going to be riding to Tampa from Albuquerque, and then I was going to be coming back and talking about it at the BMW shop here on the 25th. That got canceled. And then May 1st and 2nd, we were going to be in Chicago, that area.
Yeah,
Woodstock,
International
Illinois,
Female
that
Ride
got
Day.
canceled.
Yeah.
You got it. And then June the 1st through the 5th I was going to be flying to Americade because we're doing the event after that up in Durango. That got canceled because what they did is they said that they didn't want the speakers to be speaking because we were going to be speaking in a building. And so they had to cancel all that, but they wanted us to put together a video of maybe a talk that they can actually play about. Well, we'll just have to see, because I emailed them and I never heard anything back yet. And then there was actually the National Motorcycle Museum. I was supposed to go back up to Anamosa, Iowa, June the 27th, the Vintage Motorcycle Rally. They canceled that. Of course, Essence Fest in New Orleans got canceled. That was July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
There's a Honda event supposedly on the 28th up in Durango, Colorado, but I'm not Durango, but another place in Colorado. I'm not sure if they're going to have that, but they still have the one scheduled for the women's world record on the 29th of August. We'll see what happens with that, because the other event is camping, and I'm not sure if they're going to be doing that one. And then basically it's taken me all the way down to, well, there's supposed to be International Female Ride Day now, August 22nd. It's supposed to be in North Carolina. I might be riding out for that because she would like for me to be there in person. If I can do that, I'm riding to North Carolina in August. And then I always do my one-woman camping trip in October, but hell, if I ain't doing that, I'm going in September.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
I go through the national parks. I go through, I camp at the North Rim of the Grand Canyon for a couple of nights. Then I go to Zion. I spent a couple of nights with some family up in St. George, Utah. Right. Then I go up to Bryce Canyon.
We lost Cassie.
And then, where'd she go?
I'm not sure. Her computer might have died.
Bryce Canyon. That's why I wanted to plug mine in, because you never know. And then I'm going to go camp south of Moab and then ride through and come back, and then come back through Monument Valley. So I figured if everything, I'm going to at least take 2 weeks and go camping.
Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it.
And play.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to be the annual Beautiful Bikers Conference and Awards, since I won the Lifetime Achievement Award last year.
Yeah.
They invited me to come back to award it to the person that's going to win it this year. so I can present it and pass it on like someone passed it on to me, and do it that way. Now that's not till November, and that's going to be in Long Beach, California. So that's the
Awesome.
year.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's
stuff.
the year.
I hope that it all opens up
Yeah, and
and
that's
you can do it.
well, some of it's going to be rescheduled, but I think most of it is just going to be rescheduled for next year, because that's what everybody's saying. Let's just do it for 2021.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. You know what? I have learned that, because when I first got my bike, and I was so bummed because I'm thinking all these things that I was so excited about, really repping Sandy at BMW and the whole thing. And I said, you know what? It's not meant to be right now with all this stuff. It's not like we're not doing this together. It's not like we're not working together. It's not like I'm still not going to be repping them whatever I do. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just that like I said, I had to stop and realize there's only so much you can concern yourself with, and that's right here. Just whatever's going on right here is all you can really worry about. That's why I'm sitting in a sauna right now.
That's all right.
I'm sitting in a sauna, and that's why I figured I'm trying to just take care of myself. And not just physically, but emotionally, because that's the biggest thing. Because I mean, right now, people are talking about suicide hotlines are blowing up, all kind of stuff, because, people don't realize how many people suffer with that already.
Yeah.
And then you exacerbate with this, with all the stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like there's no hope, there's no way out. Then it gets, like I said, when it first happened, I felt like, I'm by myself here. I'm by myself, and I'm thinking, I started to panic. And then I realized, I'm like, girl, you better calm down. You better calm down. And I had to really talk to myself. But I had to stay away from all that craziness. And like I said, I dropped off the radar for 2.5 weeks, to the point that, see, my son, I dropped off to the point that I wasn't even responding to anybody. And all of a sudden, I'm sleeping on the couch with the cat, and I hear a bang on my front door. And I'm like, what the? I jump up. It's 2 Albuquerque police officers.
Oh.
And they came to check on me because my son had called them to make sure I was okay.
Oh,
It was that bad.
Wow.
But see, last year, what happened is my sister, police were called, and they found her dead. She had committed suicide.
I'm so sorry.
And so that's why, because people know, thank you, because people know that I have dealt with that anxiety and depression. So because I just dropped off the radar, people really literally you can't just do that. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't care. I just wanted to just stay away from the madness. But yeah, I was so thankful that I realized, because the officers were so nice. And I was like, thank you guys for what you're doing and everything. But they said, yeah. And then they called my son back. Immediately I called him. Then I got a call from my brother, my sister-in-law. Everybody was like making sure I was okay. And then I called my son. And he said, Mama, I understand you need to do that, but you need to leave your phone on. I turned my phone off and everything.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't answering anything because I didn't want to hear it. I needed to focus on me. And once I was able to come out of it, I still periodically need to stay off for like a day or so.
Yeah.
Just once in a while, just to stay away from it.
That's just
because
good
it's
mental
just so
health
much
for
stuff
anybody. Yeah, you need it.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm just loving the fact that I do have a motorcycle, that once everything lifts, that I'm just going out there. People always ask me, so what kind of trips have you been taking? But right now, I really don't want to. Because I don't want to cross state lines. I am an African-American woman who's 62 years old, and most of the people who are dying in this country are Black people.
Yeah,
and I have had some issues as far as stroke and things like that, and I just don't want to take that chance. I mean, I'm washing my hands. I'm trying to do everything I can, but I just don't want to go out and go, all the way across the country. Right now, it's just, I got plenty of shit to do when this stuff opens up. I don't have to worry. I don't own a car. So people don't understand. It's like, I ride when I go anywhere. So I don't feel this need to just think I need to go out and just log miles right now. I just don't need to. I just don't feel that I need to. I mean, I've done so much already.
Yeah,
I'm good.
You have
I'm
quite
good.
a
Like I
reputation
said,
under your belt already without having to prove a point during a pandemic.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. The biggest thing is like I said, like I said, even when New Mexico opens up, we're supposed to be the 15th of this month. I have no need to want to go. It's like, opening up the gate and letting everybody just run out. Oh, hell no, I'm staying home.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't feel the need to have to go out because everybody else does. I do my thing a couple of days a week. I go out and get some things. I mail some books and some bars and things like that. But I don't need to just go out I'm good. I'm hunkered down. I got everything I need here. I got a nice balcony overlooking the mountains. And
Perfect.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's
I'm
all
good.
you need. And yeah, taking care of
Enjoying
yourself
life.
is so important. Self-care is so important. Taking all this time away from other people, especially for women, I think, to like focus on yourself and take care of yourself a little bit more instead of worrying about everybody else. Like, it's kind of a really great opportunity to remember how important it is for everybody. I mean, not as extreme as turning your phone off and worrying everybody about it, but you have to take that time.
Oh yeah, they didn't just knock. They banged on the door, and I'm like, what the hell? And I looked at the people, and I see two police officers. I'm thinking, I didn't do it. That's the first thing I'm thinking. I didn't do it. And I'm worried. I'm thinking, what the hell? And then I realized they said, I just want to let you know that your son Darius called us. I'm thinking, oh my God, I felt so bad. I'm thinking. So they did what do they call it?
Like a wellness check, a courtesy check, yeah.
Yeah, wellness check, and I can understand because like I said, January of last year, my nephew went to my sister's house, and she didn't go to church that day, and she wasn't answering the door, and he called the police. They broke the door down and found her dead.
Yeah,
she had committed suicide. So that would, in my mindset, I've been real close to that throughout my time in my life. And if that wasn't my thought this time, but yeah, the thing is, it's like, people don't know.
right.
I mean, I dropped off the radar. I mean, I wasn't posting anything. I wasn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just don't want to be exposed to all this stuff that's making me sick. Because it's like, I don't want, like I said, I want to stay up to date of what's going on in New Mexico, what I need to do, what I need to be aware of, what they've laid out for us. But as far as all this other stuff, it gets to the point that it gets in, and it was making me sick. It was making me like not feel good in the stomach. I was getting physically sick.
Yeah.
From just all the stuff that people are saying and doing. And I'm like, for one thing, what all this stuff is, I can't fix it. So then I can take care of this, but I can't take care of that. So I'm good.
And you could get worried about the worry, and then you could get worried that you're worrying too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And compound so much. Like that started to happen to me the first part of it. Like I was worried about it, and then I was like worried that everyone wasn't doing enough, and then I was worried that we weren't ready enough, and then I was worried that like I didn't have enough. My kid has asthma, and so I was worried that like we didn't have enough inhalers, or if we got sick, or if somebody connected to, like it was, you can chain it out so far that you'll drive yourself absolutely nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the thing is, what people don't realize is as far as your immune system, that's our line of defense. That's what we had to take care of. But if you're stressing out, it compromises your immune system. Mm-hmm. And so that's really hard, because you're trying to like, okay, if I'm stressing out, I'm making myself susceptible to something. So that's why I needed to just say no. That's why I'm saying I'm sitting in the sauna right now. That's why I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sitting in a sauna. It's 170 degrees right now.
Oh,
I am sitting in a
so nice.
I am sitting
so
in a
cold
sauna
here.
right now. I am sitting in an infrared sauna right now, and I'm drinking water. And that's what I'm doing right now to detox myself. And then after I do this, I'm gonna make some Mama D's matching bars, and I'm gonna sit in an Epsom salt bath for an hour.
There you go. Hell,
I
that's
thought that
quite
was just how New Mexico is. I thought that was just hot. It was just always hot.
No, it's not. It's actually cool and cloudy outside right now. But no, I'm taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, she's above New Mexico heat. She's got to be hotter. Sweat all of it out.
I've had this infrared sauna for years, and what it does is it heats your body from the inside out, and it just basically cleanses out toxins out of your body. And like I said, right now I'm drinking water, so now I'm sweating, so I'm actually detoxing my body. So more I drink, and then when I get through, I'll drink more water, make my magic bars because I'm mailing some off tomorrow, and I have somebody else to come pick some up tomorrow. And then later before I go to bed, because that's what I do is I put in lavender oil and things like that, and Epsom salt. And then what I do is I set in there, I massage my lower extremities, I shut everything off. I also have one of these, there's things that actually pushes out a little steam that you can put in. I put in some lavender, some peppermint oil in the water, and it actually permeates the entire apartment.
Oh, nice.
So I do that before I go to bed, and it puts a little bit more moisture in the air. So I bought one of those, and it cost me like $50. I bought one of those for a while. So I'm doing all this stuff, putting all this stuff into my life to try to, and I also bought myself, I have a BP cuff that I bought just to keep track of my blood pressure and my heart rate. And I also bought a laser thermometer. So I can take my temperature too.
Yeah.
So, because when I go to the chiropractor, I've gone to the chiropractor a couple of days, and they won't let you in until they take your temperature. And mine, the first time I went in a few weeks ago was 97.3. This time I went in was 97.2. So I'm taking it. I can try to keep track of myself that way by taking my temperature. I bought that when it just got here, and it's the same one as you see at a doctor's office.
Nice. Yeah, that's.
So I bought one of those, and you hold it from your forehead, and it hits. It's like a laser. It's right here, and it tells you your blood, your temperature.
Okay.
So I'm doing everything I possibly can.
Yeah, it's important.
Plus,
yeah, he has to go to bed.
And plus, do what?
Benny's on his way to bed. He came to say goodbye.
Oh, tell Diddy I said hey.
I will. I
Can't
will.
wait to see that crazy boy again.
I know, right?
I love him to death. He is hilarious.
He was so bummed about his camera breaking last year at the Southwest Quest. Hopefully, like, we wanted to do it again this year, and he was coming to be the photographer again at the Southwest Quest, and like, he's so stoked to hang out for the weekend with a bunch of chicks riding motorcycles. It was great.
That man, when he's taking pictures on his motorcycle, is just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
What he's doing is it's phenomenal. I mean, because I've ridden with a lot of people that do photography on bikes. I mean, I had a guy strapped on the back of my bike backwards.
Yeah.
And he's strapped to me, and he's filming that way on the back of the bike. And that was on Big Bertha at the time. So it's kind of unnerving because you think, okay, you're responsible now for somebody that's bungee corded to you facing backwards.
Right.
And he's getting all this stuff, and he's hanging. So he's hanging down toward the ground to get lower and all. And I've had guys on the back of my bike hanging over the side of me getting film while I'm riding too. So it just, and that's how you get the best stuff. I mean, I've done some crazy stuff, just like a camera. And one guy for this commercial that I did, he's in a van and he's got the sling, and he's telling me to come closer. So I'm thinking, I'm like three feet. We're going like 70 miles an hour, like 3 feet from the back of the truck. And he said, okay, I want you. So we're on a, one-way traffic this way. And he said, I want you to get in the left lane because you have quicker acceleration than the truck. So if something's coming, you can accelerate. So I'm literally going head on into traffic.
Wow.
So if I see somebody, and my thing is I got to gun it just to get in front of them, and then wait, and then kind of slow down where they can come up next to me. I've done stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome though. And like all the experience that you
so
had.
When I see him.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just said that's what I'm saying with Benny doing that. I'm thinking that's the kind of stuff that you get the best shots.
Yeah. He's got some good shots. And we were lucky enough to be able to have a couple days that have been nice. That one day was like super windy, but we've gone out, we've done a couple shoots so far this year. So he's been able to get a couple of our buddies. The guy who's hosting the party for the Clam Jam this year, so the party that's going on the 23rd, the main place, he builds motorcycles, he does choppers and all this stuff, and he just built this super cute, I call it cute, guys hate that, but it is really cute, it's an Evo chop, and it's got like it's got like copper wells on the black powder coated frame, and it's, oh my god, and it's got like this frame, and the seat is like the same and everything, and it's just so beautiful, and it's got little apes on it. And Benny was able to go out there and take some pictures of that, and I know he's selling it. He's selling this bike. I gotta put some pictures up on my Facebook or something, but it's such a good time, and I love watching him do his work and do his craft, and I love supporting him when he's doing it. And like the more people who want to get their pictures taken by him, you know, like it excites me. It gets me happy for him. So I think it's it's good.
That's badass. That is so awesome.
But yeah, I could never imagine anything like what you were talking about with like having to ride up next to an actual truck, because like it's different when you're up next to a bike when he has his camera and taking a picture, but like a huge vehicle, like having to get close and then like zooming around traffic just to get the shot. Like
it was a big Suburban.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a big Suburban, and he's got the sling in the back, and he's got one in the side, and then he's got so he had one that he was, when we actually got on a bigger road, that he's in now. He's crawling all through the vehicle. Now he's in the passenger seat, sticking the camera out of the side, and then doing like this, and he's signaling me. And sometimes I'll just say, no, not doing that.
I would love to see like the behind the scenes, somebody getting a video of all of this happening. Like,
yeah, because I will say no. I'll say, no, I ain't doing that. That's not happening. There's no. Because he's like, come close. I'm like, no, I'm good. No. Well, that's why I say, I mean, I ride a GS, a BMW GS. It's a bike that you can go off-road on. Yeah, I want to, you know, take lessons and whole thing. And I've been off-road on bikes that I'm not even supposed to. But I don't really have the need to just do that. That's just not my thing that I want to do all day. That's not a knock on anybody who does it. It's just that's not my thing. For one thing, when I do ride, I want to mix that in. But that's not what I want to do. I want to mix in the miles and the off-road, like the gravel and the mud and all this. I mix all that in, but yet I don't want to just do one or the other.
Right.
Like if you're in New Mexico, you're going to ride on gravel.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's just towns that you don't, I mean, a lot of anything off the main road is gravel roads. And of course, the Alaska Highway, somebody said it's paved. I'm like, well, there's parts paved, but they tear the shit up. So you're going to ride on miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of gravel. When I went up in 2017, all they did was just dump down gravel for hundreds of miles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they said there's 2 seasons in Canada. There's road construction and winter. That's it. They tear the roads up, and then it's wintertime. There is no such thing as the whole entire road being complete paved from Albuquerque all the way up to Fairbanks, Alaska. Ain't no way in hell, because I've been up there 5 times, and you cannot. Somebody says that you haven't been enough.
A lot of people have different
once.
definitions of what paved road is too. Like
True.
tar and chip is considered paved in some parts of the country, and that is not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no. It is when that shit's moving underneath it, ain't paved.
When it's hot in the summer and it sticks to your tires,
It's
or
sticking to your whole bike, and it's all over your helmet and your back. When you get off, you have like the stripe up your back from the rear tire, the rowing tar at you.
I want to ask you a question. You know that stuff that I was thinking about this the other day. You know that stuff that they put in the cracks, that nasty shit they put in cracks. That sucks.
Yeah, the snakes.
Because if you hit some of that stuff when it's hot, your bike's gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
There's a parking lot of one of the stores that go to Vitamin Cutters here. They do that in the parking lot, and if it's hot, matter of fact, the guy that I met, I was on my 48 state ride, and he went down a couple of times because it was fresh.
Oh,
and he didn't realize it, and it just took him down.
Yeah.
So anytime I see that, I am constantly trying to look in between whatever, because there's usually more than one in the road, and I try to watch and try to get in between those, because those things are just unnerving. Because and if it's hot, those things
it's like those black lines of filler.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So here in Indianapolis,
absolutely,
everybody thinks that they have to drive like an Indy like car driver. So they don't use stop sign intersections here. They use roundabouts. And every single intersection is a roundabout in Indy. And last year they did that repair to a roundabout. So you were turning around in a circle over all of these rubber snakes. It it was bad because your bike was like slipping, and you're trying not to, turn into the corner, but like then you got to slow down, and you're just like, what? So much stuff going on all at the same time. It was insane.
You can't. You're like this because you can't lean.
Yeah,
Like,
trying to turn around the corner.
I really appreciate this though. Whatever that was that you were doing, that praying mantis.
I like that too.
You know what I mean? It's like, because that's what your hands feel like when you're doing it, because you're not gripping anything. You're not gripping. You're like this.
I've never gone through a roundabout on my bike.
Come to Indy. You can go through a bunch of them. They're everywhere here.
I wanted to go. My son's dad is from Iowa. This is fucking Iowa. It's from Ireland, and there's roundabouts fucking everywhere. Ireland.
Yeah. Did they ride on the wrong side of the road there?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be even more confusing.
And they're all like super narrow, and it feels like you're going really fast, but I don't really know if you are. It's just because it's so wrong, because you're on the wrong side of the car and you're on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
The wrong side of an ocean. But like I wanted to
completely backwards.
To like so fucked up. But it's like really gorgeous. But it's really gorgeous for like 2 weeks of the year over there. It's like sunny and beachy and beautiful. I'm like, oh, it'd be great to get a bike up here.
Oh yeah.
And like I've been thinking about it. I'm like, oh, but those roundabouts. When you say that, I'm like, oh, those roundabouts, they'd be disastrous. So who knows?
They are. And if you're like coming up to one, that last year, somebody on a bike came up and they didn't know there was a roundabout, so they went straight and they ramped up off of the like center circle. And I mean, if you don't know it's there, you're gonna just fucking eat shit, because there's you got to turn or go straight or do something, and it's just like abruptly a big circle in front of you. So they're everywhere.
Gosh, they decided to put a couple of them on the outskirts of the Quad Cities, and like I don't know if it's just like Midwestern people or just Iowa people, because I'm from Chicago originally. Like Iowa people cannot handle, like when you put this on like Facebook, people are gonna be mad at me, but like they can handle change.
No, they can't. They can't. My family's from Iowa. I can totally contest to that.
It is every single roundabout stopping.
Yep.
You don't have to stop.
Yeah. And I think it happens frequently throughout the whole Midwest, because there's people here in Indiana that still stop at roundabouts, like 2-lane roundabouts even. And I'm like, what are you doing? Go. Just go.
And you're behind them and you're like, don't stop. Oh my gosh.
It's so dumb. I hate roundabouts. It makes everything so much more confusing. I guess it's supposed to make traffic better, but it doesn't, because people stop anyway, so it doesn't make any sense. It could just be a 4-way stop.
Used to them. They're supposed to be like more efficient, and like since you don't have to come to a complete stop, like you just kind of keep going, and then nobody's all stopping and nobody's backed up.
Yeah,
but
that is the proper way to enter a roundabout. Yes.
But when nobody could get the hang of it, then just everything's fucked up.
Yep. Or people who just refuse to follow the rules, like zipper merging is a disease. Like people won't zipper merge. They will cut you off. They're like, what are you doing cutting in line? It's like, this is not a line. There are 2 lanes. 2 lanes. Come on. Drives me nuts.
For construction, 2 years now, and we've got probably another 2 more.
Oh
I've heard zipper merge more than I've ever heard in my life. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, Illinois is always full of construction. Like even when I lived there was nothing but construction all the time. And the major highway between Indianapolis and Peoria, like how 74, how we would always go see each other, was torn up a majority of the 2 years that Benny and I were living separately and taking that trip. So it was always a mess, and it was always merging and cones and construction and uneven pavement, and the bikes are so much easier to zip back and forth, because it's like a 3.5 hour trip if you go 80, 90. So the bikes make it so much easier than a car, because if people are being dumb, you just go around them. And that's my favorite part.
Hey, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to head out because my kid has already poked his head twice about when dinner is going to be ready.
That is okay.
event.
I will let you go. You know, we should probably wrap this up anyway, but I loved doing this, and I'm so, so thankful for you guys. And I thank you for joining me today, and happy Mother's Day to both of you. I hope that it was a great day, and give your kiddos a hug or say I love you on the phone or whatever it is you got to do. I'm a chicken mama. I don't have any real babies, but
I was just about to say that.
That's okay. That's all right. You're still a mama. Because I got a kitty cat too, and she's like,
see? There you go.
oh, when I hit the road again, this cat's not gonna. She has bonded with me so much now that she's got me trained.
Oh yeah.
So when I go out a little, and she's like, "Where the hell you think you going?"
You know,
So
I started following one of those Cricket, the Boston Terrier that carries carries her dog on the bike.
I've met her at Mama Tried. They're awesome.
Love to do that. Oh yeah, Brandon met them last year or something, didn't they? Last year or the year before.
Yep.
I would die to put my dog on a bike, but she would fucking hate it. But, oh my God.
You just gotta find the right one.
I would love it.
Yeah, you'll find one because if you just gotta put
My
it
little
out there.
fatty.
Put it out in the universe and it'll come to you, right, Mama D?
yes, there you go. There you go.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thanks again
thank
for
you
coming
for
to Ladies
inviting
Bike
me.
Night. Of course, and I will invite you back next week if you want to do it because I plan on doing this as long as things stay closed because the more people that come in and the more people that want to participate. Again, I couldn't figure out how to put this live on Facebook this time. Hopefully by next week I can figure out how to do it so it's live as we're talking. But I'm going to put this recording up on Facebook, Instagram, put it out there so that people can see, that we're just hanging out and got some motorcycle kind of stuff going on. And people just stay positive and maybe put your frustrations or your worries or your stress like into your bikes. Things are going to get better. Things are, hopefully going to go back to normal and we're all going to ride again. That's what we're hoping for. So in the meantime,
absolutely,
stay social,
absolutely.
Stay in the loop. I love this. And thank you guys again so much for joining me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All
nice
right.
meeting you, Cassie.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Mwah. We'll talk soon.
Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.